If you could change one thing about your physical appearance, what would it be? I'd get several of my teeth capped crowns. I was born with a cleft lip and my teeth were far from straight. I had braces on for over 5 years. They were fine for a while, then my teeth began to shift slightly because we had moved to another state. And unfortunately, didn't follow up getting an orthodontist to manage my retainer. I had some teeth bonded, that after many years they got discolored and worn. I'm 60 for now, and although I have dental insurance, I cannot afford to get my teeth crowned. My teeth never had dental insurance as a kid. Should have had braces and palate expander. Spent many years in drug use and depression and didn't take care of them. The result, my biggest regrets on display every time I open my mouth. Missing molars, ugly old crowns, stained fillings and teeth. A very narrow palate that leaves little room for eating, and my tongue. And an overbite. I'm embarrassed by it, truly. I'd get braces and veneers if I could, but don't have the money. Genuinely nothing, including my flaws. Reach just the way I am, occasional. That's it. And all, I don't think I'm the hottest person alive or really all that special. But I like what I see in the mirror, and I think imperfection is beautiful. I don't want to look like anybody else. My face, I have an above average thingy kick. Fit, healthy, no serious conditions, good height, everything. Except my face. Weird ears, weird jaw, and weird teeth. Never gotten cavities or anything. No surgeries except removing an extra tooth. But I was born with it, but they are yellowish and weird hell. The other day I was reading someone typed the only beauty standard now is tall skinny blonde. But I imagine the world would be a boring place if you had only tall skinny blondes walking around getting everything on a silver plate. It's also nice to look different, even if it makes people angry or upsets them. My height, I've always felt that I was meant to be a really tall woman. Most of the women in my family are tall, but I was cursed apparently. So I have to stick with tall shoes. I also regret getting braces. My teeth used to stick out in a certain way that I like that I've lost now. I want to look less larger than I am. No, I am not saying I'm sad. Saying that I was just naturally born a larger size due to me being Danish. And most North warriors being built on the taller, wider side makes me insecure about my weight even though I am not overweight. I wish my hips were bigger. There's other things I want more. But those are things I can do on my own, or with pretty standard surgeries. That adding hips is some pretty serious surgery that I'm not willing to do. So if we're handing out wishes, I'll use it on there. If I was answering this in isolation, I'd say my belly, but the missus seems to like it. I get belly rubs without asking. My beard though is pretty wiry. I'd like to have something a bit more manageable. I'd like to have that be a bit more trim and clean. It might be nice to be a little taller than my 5 feet or for my body fat not be in my belly the way it is. I also used to be much darker because I was able to spend more time outside, but now that isn't possible. I'd love to be olive complexion again. I can't figure out how to curl my lash spur, so I definitely envy those girls with the lashes that naturally curve upwards. Mine is stick straight and points down naturally. When I try curling them, they just stick forward instead. I've been built really bottom heavy my whole life. Hips, legs, and but always held all my weight. Even now as an adult, I have pretty big shoulders and decently toned arms and chest, but my lower half still looks pretty fat. Why eczema is just the worst, scratching at it 24/7 and kinda embarrassing, like people genuinely give me weird looks. When I scratch it in public, I try to not, but it is sometimes too much and I have to. I'd say I would like to have bigger boobs, but my double chin makes me so self-conscious. If I had the money, I'd probably have the fat sucked and it tightened or whatever they do for double chins. I have one boob bigger than the other, which makes it really hard to find bras that fit right and look good, so it'd make them the same size. I'd also make them smaller because back and neck pain. I wish I wasn't an ectomorph. I know it's not that big of a deal, but no matter how much I diet and exercise, I stay a skinny white guy. And if I get fat, I look like Dale from King of the Hill. Everything, literally every single thing. But I have a lot of flaws that even plastic surgery cannot fix, unfortunately. I always dream of looking like a different person every single day. My teeth, which I am embraces actively for, but I have angled front teeth which makes them stick out of my mouth a really bad overbite. And my teeth are just crooked. I would change my nipples into Fruit Loops that never get soggy, or change in texture or appearance, but always taste exactly like Fruit Loops. I like my body somewhat, but I also hate it. I'd just change everything to make it more feminine and be the opposite sex. YK normal stuff. I've been getting into decent shape, but there's a little extra fluff on the lower belly and love handles that I just can't seem to lose. I have weird discoloration in my eyebrows, where the outer halves are basically albino and almost invisible. I'd like to fix that. My man boobs as a result of side effects from medication I was given, apparently only to be treated privately, not by NHS. My height, I'm 5'3" and some change, fairly close to 5'4", and I hate it. I feel like less of a man for being so short. Tits. The only time I actually made it beyond a cup was when I was pregnant breastfeeding, and man, it was nice. My feet, specifically my baby toes, just always poking out of sandals or getting blisters in sneakers. Just about everything, I'm hideous. I'd settle for some long thick eyelashes. No, I'm not getting glue-on ones. My skin. I've had severe eczema and psoriasis for my whole life. Wish I could clear it up once and for all. Go back to the same weight as I was in high school and be able to stay that weight as easily as high school. I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was baller. I wish I had a girl who looked good. I would call her the bags under my eyes. No amount of rest makes them go away, and I'm tired of being told I look tired. Currently working out to change the fact that I'm a scrawny nerd. I'd rather be a buff one, thank you. I'm perfect most of the time, low-key, but like sometimes in bad lighting I look so cooked on eye bags. My weight, which is exactly what I've been doing. I have lost 35 pounds since I started so far. Either make myself an even 6 foot, or add a couple inches to the old downstairs neighbor. I suppose that I'd trade some boob size for butt size just for the sake of the balance. Give myself heterochromy. I want an eye purple or blue. I already have a greenish amber. The hair, it's everywhere. Every square inch save for my palms and soles of my feet. My height and facial features I'd like for a face with no overgrowth of lower jaw. My weight, technically I can change this, but have failed to for like 8 years now. I would definitely make my dick bigger. Nothing says I'm sexy like a 4-inch dick. I'd get rid of body hair. I'm tired of wearing a built-in sweater all year long. Dig it, and a weak chin. Other than that, I'm fine with just about everything. Would my gender be a single consistent answer? Technically it is one thing. My height, cousin to small. Wanted to be have an average height at least. My height, cousin to small. Wanted to be have an average height at least. I'd like to do something about my hair situation. Or maybe my genitals. I'd like to be hotter. Really though. All my extra skin from weight loss. I'm getting older. It would be nice to pause that for a little while. I have a pretty large forehead, so naturally I would like a bigger penis. I'd totally swap out my frizzy hair for a sleek, shiny mane any day. Definitely my butt and hips ... to damn big. Get lost digits. My teeth, gym and healthy eating can sort the rest out. I think I'd like to have facial hair like a whole beard. I wish I would have straight teeth without my overbite. My nose, too big, too crooked, and a deviated septum. Gynecomastia. It causes me a great deal of insecurity.